you. Yeah, welcome everyone tonight, and we will call this meeting to order, and I will read our mission statement. WiVLA's mission is to provide an inspiring forum for women to explore and advance their creative development, to promote their work in the marketplace, and to infuse the community with their spirit of cooperation and invention. Yay. If you see me close my eyes tonight when I'm on screen, it's not because I'm sleeping. It's because I had an eye treatment today and I have to rest my eyes sometimes. So I am paying attention. Let's see, we have one new member. Do we have, I know Bernadette is a new member tonight. Do we have any other new members? Well, we want to welcome Bernadette to our group. And what would you like to tell us about yourself, Bernadette?
Oh, I wasn't expecting this. Well, I met Liz Plaster, a couple months ago, and she's a friend of a friend, and we were just sharing each other's artwork, on our phones, and she's like, "You need to join this group." So I just do a lot of art. I've sold a little bit, but not in any big way. I do all kinds of art, mixed media, acrylic, oil, do a lot of alcohol, ink, watercolors. So I do whatever strikes me. So, and I enjoy it, and it's a great form of therapy.
Yeah, well, welcome. Sounds like you're going to enjoy our topic tonight.
Yes, yeah, definitely.
Going to fit right in with the rest of us, and
Thank you.
And we hope that you find lots of opportunities with us too.
Great, I hope so. Thanks.
Let's see. Shirley, do you have any announcements from Visual?
Yes, Deborah can't be here this evening. She and I texted back and forth today. We have determined or decided that we will be using Sabine Street Gallery like we did last time for next year's collaboration. It was well attended. It's a good location. It's pretty and spacious. So we are just waiting to hear when in 2026 we will have access to it to use it for the show. And the other thing is that everything that was taken down from the Rise juried show, which was very successful, has been either picked up or there's one that is being donated, and I believe Melody is making some arrangements to have it taken by Art for All Homes. Yes, which is a great organization for anyone who wants to donate art that you don't need anymore or don't know what to do with. So it's a great organization. I've donated art to them. They will pick it up if you make arrangements, or you can meet them at a particular location. But they make sure that they work with Habitat for Humanity and other groups to help people have art for the first time in their homes. That's it.
I turned my church on to them because they were like bringing refugees in, and art just makes your house a home, even if it's a little apartment. They spoke at WiVLA a couple years ago.
Shirley, what's the name of the group?
It's Art for All Homes, isn't it?
Yeah, art.
And they have a website, so you can go on the website and find out where to donate, where they. I went to a library, I believe, in the Memorial area, and just dropped it off. They had a van there to take my art,
Wonderful.
And they were very appreciative. So it's a nice organization, and it's been around for a number of years.
Thank you, Shirley. I'm glad we're going to be back at Sabine. I like
yes,
that.
I think it's it's a really good place for the collaboration. I thought it worked very well last time, and we had standing room only, so we're hoping to need to rent more chairs.
Yeah.
And I have a question, Shirley. I wasn't that in reference to the calculation that was done last year. I didn't pick up my art, and I had asked, I mentioned it to Melanie, I guess maybe early this year. And I'd like to, if possible, if it's in the storage, I'm now off. I can pick it up if it's still able to be picked up. I don't know if Shelley picked up her piece of art, but I would like mine back.
Well, was
I-
that for the collaboration?
Yeah,
Yes.
I could not find it. So hers was text.
Okay.
And I honestly, I looked for it. It didn't come to my studio. I don't know where it went. I don't know if somebody else picked it up. Yeah, I don't know what happened to it.
I'm
So
sorry,
Shirley,
Gladys May.
yeah, would it be in your care? Because I've always like to keep them at put them up and stuff.
Well, I mean, I was there that day for one shift,
Yeah.
but it's not in my care. I don't know who has it or what came up.
Okay, well, hopefully that piece of art can get found sometime.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because I do want it back.
I would text your board members. Some board member might have it, the people who helped with that pickup day or whoever somebody might have it. Yeah, I would send an email out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Sounds-
because I was hoping that since we have on this call that somebody would hear and I got it. And then I would get it back. So this is kind of like an informal email.
yeah, you
Well,
might want to just put it on our Facebook group.
yes.
Yeah.
That's probably a good way of
Getting it out. Okay.
Okay,
I'm
well,
sorry
both
that
of our,
you
literary
don't have it.
folks are not here tonight. I know Gwen wanted to,
Stand-in for them, Susan.
pardon me?
I'm a stand-in for the literary folks tonight.
Oh, good. Okay, Denise.
And we,
Yeah, and we
keep
do
finished
have-
this, I've got 2 quick announcements, but y'all go first.
Yeah, okay, so several things are happening around the literary part of our group. So we've kicked off with Gwen's efforts, a WiVLA Wondrous Readers Book Club. We had a fabulous time last month. We'll be meeting again at Coco's Donuts, which is on West 34th Street. And that's the 27th, which is a Saturday from 3:30 to 5:30. All the deets are out on the calendar for WiVLA. If you go to wivla.org and go to the calendar, we'd love to have you. It might be a little late to get the book, but you can still come and chat with us. All of the future book opportunities are listed on the calendar. So it's always going to be the last Saturday of the month. So you just check out the calendar and you can see what books are coming up through the end of the year. And if you have suggestions, Gwen would love to hear them for next year's book clubs. Haunted Holidays is rapidly approaching. So we're going to be working with Brazos Bookstore once again, and that's going to be November 8th. We'll have more details on the website, calendar, and in the newsletter as things move forward. Also in November, our member meeting that we are having tonight will be the month of reading. So it'll be member readings, and the theme is resilience. So start planning your pieces for that, start writing ahead for that, and I'm sure we'll have a sign up genius coming out to help you sign up for that. And then the other thing I want to talk about real quick is the Resilience Anthology, our first anthology that Will is putting together. The anthology submission period completed over the summer, and all the judges have the poetry and short fiction and nonfiction that they're working through, and they should be done judging in October. We will be reaching out to members to vote on a couple things. One will be the title of the anthology, and the other voting will be around the cover art. So more to come on that. If you've got any good stuff to share about your successes, please go ahead and email me at newsletter@wivla.org. You have until the 20th to get in touch with me so that I can include a shout out to you in the newsletter. So we'd love to hear what people are up to and what they've got going on. I think that covers it.
Thank you, Denise. Lots of good stuff going on. And please be, oh, Ellen, did you have something?
Yes, was emailing back and forth with Gwen and Rebecca, and I forget who all was, but everybody who's not here was on the email list. And so Gwen said, "Well, you talk about it because I'm not going to be there." Okay. The first thing I'd like to mention is that October 3rd is the book launch for the anthology that is sponsored by WiVLA and the Houston Writers Guild. October 3rd, beginning at 7:30 in the evening. And the anthology this year is called Journey into Hope. If there is any hope left, we are going to journey into it. So please come for the book launch. Again, folks from both organizations made it into the book. And it's always good to be able to hear, people read their work and tell them congratulations. The other thing I was going to talk about was haunted holidays. And I think this is the 4th or 5th year we've done this, and it's always at Brazos Books. It will be November 8th. And I want to say 6:30, and I'm pulling that off the top of my head, so I'm sure it's correct. But 6:30 to 8:30, check your calendars. Every year I give the explanation that, when back in the Victorian era and earlier than that, when it was very dark around the winter holidays and people had to stay inside and children got rowdy and you wanted to scare them and keep them well behaved, you would tell and read ghost stories to each other. So that's where it started. And now that we have electricity, we still have things to get scared about, and we have things we can write about that will scare people. And so we open it up for all the holidays, starting with Labor Day, Halloween, Election Day, Thanksgiving, and Christmas, and New Year's. So that whole spectrum of time. If you have a ghost or just a scary story that you would like to write and read for us, the reading time is capped at 5 minutes. But it will be interesting because I have noticed over the past couple of years that the first year we did this, it was on Zoom and everybody read really, basic scary stories, but with ghosts and stuff. Things are getting scarier and stories are coming up a little bit scarier. So this is your perfect opportunity either to vent a little bit through fiction, or, you can try to go as light as possible to help lighten the mood. So it should be a very interesting reading this year. So, and I am sure, and I'm just kind of saying this to any board member, that I'm sure there will be something in the newsletter, and the list will be sent out for people to sign up for the haunted holidays.
Ellen, I got a quick question, it's Melody. Is Brazos also the location on the October 3rd?
Oh, I'm so sorry. Thank you for that catch. Yes, Brazos Bookstore is the location for everything, for the haunted holidays and for the book launch. Yes.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ellen, for all that valuable information. And everybody be sure to check the WiVLA calendar, whenever you can, because there's all kinds of, we'll have announcements at the end of our meeting today for anyone that has events coming up. But did you know that you can add things to our WiVLA calendar yourself? You don't have to have a board member do it. You don't have to have Denise or anybody do it. You can do it yourself. So if you have an event, please put it on the calendar so that we can plan to be there to support you. Well, Well, I think we probably have some more announcements, but we'll wait until we give our speaker all the time that she needs. I hope we've given you enough time. Please don't feel like you have to cut it short or anything. We want to give you as much time as we can. And let me do a little introduction to our speaker. Her name is Helen Spaw, and she is MPS. I'm not sure what that is, Helen.
Masters in Professional Studies
Okay.
for art therapy and creativity development.
Okay. She offers wellness through art circles, individual sessions, workshops, programs, and events online and in person. And she has a wide range of experience as a therapist and art instructor, wellness through art program, and group leader for all ages and abilities. She holds a master's degree in art therapy and creativity development from Pratt Institute and a bachelor's degree in psychology with an art minor and focus in art therapy from the College of Santa Fe. So we're going to give you the floor, Ellen.
Thank you. Yeah, today we're just going to be focusing on our creative process for wellness benefits. So I'll guide you through this experience, and I'm going to start with giving a little introduction to why we're doing art, although with this group, I don't really need to, but I'm just going to do it anyways, just kind of setting the tone. And then I'll get into, I use intentions and agreements that I adapted from Healing Circles, which is an international movement, and you can look them up. They have online circles and they meet all over the world, but there's books and websites and a whole nother rabbit hole to go into. But I just use some of their intentions for our circle. I call this a circle. So this is not a complete healing art circle. This is more of a presentation and sort of wellness experience. So let's get into it. I'm gonna, let's see. Oh, yes. So about our art. There's an increasing amount of research about how the creative process is beneficial to our mental health and overall wellness. Through art making, we have the opportunity to find our flow state and practice mindfulness. We also gain insight through pre-verbal and unconscious imagery and learning our own symbols that appear in our art. Humans are naturally wired to process our world through art, and through art, we also reconnect with our innate creativity and joy. So these are our intentions that I use. Our circle format helps us step out of ordinary time into a safe and accepting environment in which to explore our healing. With open minds, we listen to discover and remove obstacles to seeing ourselves as whole, deepening our capacity to heal. With open hearts, we access guidance to understand where our own healing in body, mind, and spirit can occur. We create a safe container or context for our workshop with these simple listening agreements. We treat each other with kindness and respect. We listen with compassion and curiosity. We honor each other's unique ways to living and don't presume to advise or fix or try to save each other. We hold all stories shared in this space confidential. We trust each of us has the guidance we need, and we rely on the power of silence to access it. We practice listening with attention, speaking with intention, and tending to the well-being of the group. Our agreements support our group to focus on what is being communicated, sense what is going on with the person sharing, and cultivate a non-judgmental presence. I use this as a chime. We just call it a mindfulness chime. So this is a gentle reminder to focus our attention on the heart of what is being said. When we hear the chime, we take a breath, remember why we are here, and wait for the sound until the sound fades before we speak. We listen with attention to what is being said. We focus on our experience and the impact of it. We do not react or respond. In this way, we attend to the well-being of the group. So I have an opening quote, And then we will have a moment of silence before we begin. Here we go. So the quote is, "Our dreams may seem impossible, but our creativity can turn them into a reality." That's by Malala Yousafzai. Okay, here we go. Okay. So I'm going to ask you a question, which you can respond to through your art. Your art can be, I'll give you a couple of options, but your art can be, art supplies can be anything you have in front of you. This group might have a lot of art supplies, so that's wonderful. Also, pen and paper is works. Whatever modality you like to use for your creative process is definitely accepted and welcomed. So the question is, what is on your heart today? So you can respond through your art. What is on your heart today? Sometimes there's something going on in your life, in your world, and this thing is sort of, as soon as you ask a question, oh, this is what's going on for me. And you can just explore that through art, what that might look like for you. Another option is to create about letting go. So this letting go experience. So letting go is part of the creative process and also the healing process. So you can create an image or write out what you would like to let go of. This can include words. It can be very messy. It can just be all kinds of things that are going on, and just yes, anything that comes to you, sort of stream of consciousness, right? And after you let all this out, what you're letting go of, then you have the option of ripping it or cutting it into pieces and reordering it into something new. And maybe it answers the question, now what? So those are two options. Always, if there's something you spontaneously create, go with that first. But these are some options if you'd like to explore these exercises. And so we will go ahead and if anyone needs me to write this in the chat, I think I'm able to do that. Or someone could, yeah, okay. I can write these options in the chat if that helps someone to kind of look at it. And then, but you're welcome to go and start creating. We have the Letting Go project. We have the what is on your heart today question, or whatever spontaneous creativity you need to do for yourself. And I will, we're going to do this for about 30 minutes because the newest research has, shared that if you go into your art creative process for about 30 minutes, then that's when all the rewiring and beautiful things happens for us. So we're going to give it at least 30 minutes, and then I'll ask you to come back. I'll kind of watch to see when people are finishing too. So. You can go ahead and look at what your art might be trying to tell you. And then when you're ready, you can share your art, about your art or your process if you would like to. And anyone can go first. Yes. Is that Kay? Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway.
Hello, I'm Kay. And I'm a literary artist in WiVLA. I'm a playwright and monologuist. And I just want to say, I don't think I've delved into this process tonight, but I sure am appreciative of it. Ever since you said the words power of silence, and you mentioned listening to the chime fade after you did the chime, I just went into kind of a mind shift tonight, and I realized I really needed this. I haven't done anything artistic. I've been writing down some list of things I'm upset with myself about, and I haven't gotten my scissors out and changed things around, but I realized I needed this time to be quiet and list some things. And I'm hoping, because it's my turn to submit to a writing group this month, I'm hoping that this my participation in this process tonight will help my writing in the next couple weeks when I need to submit. So thank you. I'm really benefiting. It slowed me down and made me focus. But focus in a nice way, kind of in a, looking at the stars and the moon way. Yeah.
Thank you.
I'll share.
Yes.
I am Christine, and really my mediums are writing and photography. But tonight I found myself getting my colored pencils and a white piece of paper, and I have the most extremely rudimentary drawing here, but it's making me very happy, and I'm going to put it up. I don't know what you can see of it, but it's my heart, and inside my heart are pieces of salad and vegetables, and there's vegetables all around. And I looked up fall veggies, and so there's figs and squash and different things that you can make for the autumn. And I'm kind of possibly a little burned out on my work right now, so I put some, like I'm a nanny, so I made a little baby, and I put some Z's by the baby, meaning for me, because I'm a little bit, I think I'm just like a little bit burned out, but I'm also full of gratitude, and part of this gratitude is the spirituality that I get from working with children. And but I haven't been feeding myself well, and I just went on a women's retreat this last weekend, and they fed us really well, and I got all my veggies in, and I want to continue that because it just makes my body feel very vital, and I can feel the vitality coursing through me. So I like my little piece here, and the exploring autumn foods gives me some hope in my possible rut. So thank you very much.
Yeah.
So, hi, I'm Bernadette. It's my first meeting. I do a lot of art journaling, so I have an art journal book. And my artwork tonight is also very simple, but I'm going through a lot of anxiety right now because my mother is sick. She's in the hospital, and she's a very difficult person to be with, and I'm her caregiver. So the colors represent feelings, the blue being worry and unease, the yellow being nervousness and agitation. I always think of a lightning bolt for some reason when I'm anxious. And then I kind of am into the chakras. So the green is the heart chakra. So my heart chakra is just out of control right now. I'm not very balanced. This represents a headache. This represents being sleepy during the day. And then this represents being wide awake all night. So that's kind of where my heart is right now. But it'll get better. So thank you.
I'll go if you let me share my screen. Is that okay?
Yeah.
I came into this exercise to the meeting late, and I'm still very literal. I'm a photographer. I've been working with mixed media with photography the last few years. So I picked an image on my phone to work up. Today I'm exhausted. I've spent all day with an install for an art show, an hour and some distance away, and the whole weekend was spent with intakes. I'm just bone weary. So these thistles reminded me of just being tired, reaching up for the sky, but then you just kind of start to fall over. So they spoke to me today. I don't know if you can see that or not.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so that was my share.
Oh, thank you.
Well, I'll share something. I went to an art course up in Montana over the summer, and it was called The Alchemy of Ink. And one of the exercises that we did was we went outside and we were given a big mop, you might say, and we dipped it in ink. And we were given a piece of, you can only do this outside, okay, except I'll show you something that I did inside. But the instruction is you're supposed to dip the mop in the bucket of ink, and then you hit that piece of watercolor paper with all your might, and you scream at the same time. And I had kind of a bad attitude about a few things up to that point, but it changed my whole attitude to be able to just get that out of me. So today, like I mentioned, I went to the eye doctor, and I was sitting in there in the eye doctor's office, and I thought, I hate this. I don't want to be here. I don't like what's going on with me. It makes me mad. It makes me sad. It makes me scared. And so I thought, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get that out of me. So this is what I did. I found a little mop, and I had some ink, and I had some watercolor paper, and I put up a shield so I didn't get it all over my studio. The only thing I didn't do was scream, because I didn't want my husband to come running thinking that there was something wrong with me. But I do feel better getting that out of my system. So I guess that's my exercise of letting go.
Thank you.
I'll go next. I'm a writer, and I wrote, and what I'm carrying in my heart right now is death. And I realize now that it's a lot of things in my life are dying. But I met death on the step on the balcony where I live. There were these two guys coming up the stairs from their patio, and they had junk on their shirts. They had navy blue shirts and white junk. And I said, junk? And they said, yeah. I said, oh my God, you clean out apartments. And that was exactly what they were headed for. And one of the men that I hadn't seen for a while had died in his apartment. And so they were going in, and one of the housekeepers came up, and I said, you know, death smells. Be careful for the smell. And then I thought, you know, why did I say that? And so I wrote about it when I was in my 40s. I was a chaplain, you know, it was a student chaplain for 4 months or 9 months. And they just stick a chaplain badge. That's what they do. And then you go on call, and you have your regular rounds, but so you know, so I just met all kinds of ways that people die, and all of the different in this hospital, all of the different ICUs had a particular smell. And sometimes it was blood, and sometimes it was shit. You know, it was like that. And and the on-call room is interesting, where you would sleep in between being called when you were having a 24-hour shift. And it was so strange. They had all these paperbacks with lurid covers of naked women, and you know, it was the reading matter of chaplains. And there was one not well used Bible in the room, and I don't think I ever picked it up. But it was just such a strange other world kind of experience. But the main thing is, death is in my life right now, and all of our lives, as we watch our country kind of disappear, people disappear, you know, and I can't even be angry anymore. I'm sad and I'm terrified. So.
Thank you.
I'll go next. So I have it, even though it looks like I'm surrounded by art, that's not where I am. This is a photograph of my old studio. And I have nothing here except a piece of paper and a pen. And I'm a photographer. So I was left to just sort of jot down some feelings. My happy place is my studio. It's Sawyer Yards, but it hasn't been my happy place lately. And so I just wrote down a couple of things, just random thoughts. Conflict in my happy place weighs heavy on my heart. Conflict in my happy place leaves me unprepared to face challenges at home. Conflict in my happy place leaves me vulnerable to feelings of anger at my country. Conflict in my happy place makes it easier for me to swear at the news. The conflicts in my happy place weigh heavy on my heart and make me glad that I'm not young anymore.
Thank you.
I'll go next. It's seems like I have a little bit of a theme going on here. I didn't know we needed art supplies, so all I had was a big pen and the back of a crossword puzzle that I used. And I was too lazy to go upstairs and get any art, but I kept looking at this thinking, I don't know what to do. This seems, I don't know, just seems sort of esoteric. I didn't know what to come up with, but I ended up, after I cut it up, finding that, this theme, I don't know if y'all can see this theme that we have about today's world. And I was doing what I thought was the Capitol in DC. And then it ended up, I was in Santa Fe recently, so there must have been something unconscious about that, but it ended up looking like a church. And then I realized that I have a lot of trees or images that look like trees in this. And for me, trees are very, very powerful images of life. And I went through a lot of areas of fire damage in Colorado as I was making my way down to Santa Fe, and ended up unwittingly in the Arapahoe National Forest that had burned, I think it was 11,000 acres 5 years ago. And yet there's still some bits of life coming back. So as I look at this now, I think, well, there's some places in there that look like trees, and there's some hope in this, even though, like Melody said, I'm kind of glad I'm chronologically where I am, because the fear is the what ifs always come up. And then I also have sort of at the bottom here, I started doodling, and these look like elephants' feet. And to me, that's kind of my totem animal. And elephants are strong. They have good memories. They're loyal and beautiful. And I kept thinking, well, there's something there that's feeling strong and hopeful. So I guess this mess of stuff that I stuck together has some meaning after all.
I'll go. Oops. Okay, I'll go. I am an art journaler. I'm a book artist. I like to work with paper and mark making. I was just doodling, and I thought it was interesting when you said, what is on your heart, not in your heart. I had to think about that. I don't know that I came up with any conclusion, but it did make me think that if something's on my heart, maybe it's easier to get rid of if it's bad. I can scrape it off, because I'm really very troubled about all the hate that's going on in our country, and people are saying things out loud that they shouldn't, and it's contagious to other people. And so here I'm doodling this thing that ends up looking kind of cute, and I think that's to quiet that part of my mind so that I can really address what I'm feeling about the bad parts. Doodling kind of just shuts down a part of my brain, and I can think about other things. I'm just very disturbed by what's on my heart.
Thank you.
I'll go next. I am a poet and a speaker, but what's on my heart? That's the question that I had to really think about, and it's something that it's just not on my heart today. it's on my heart many days. When, as a poet, and I write, or I even converse with people, talk with a lot of passion and emotion, and I, it is drying up my that emotion, and so I look every day to feel something. And so I just wrote a real quick little blurb. It says, more of what? What will fill my emptiness? With another what? So that what continues and continues. For what? And so I'm in this thing of a bliss of what fills me? What? And it's not, it's, I don't know it, but I do know that it's a very uh, empty place and sad place to be. And when you know, can't always connect because there are a lot of things going on in the world. But many of us have things going on in our families before the world got crazy. So now, comfort you may have seen or could be able to reach out in the larger world. Perhaps you're a little afraid, and so you kind of retreat and you stay alone and you listen to your thoughts, your silent thoughts, and it kind of, I just said, it kind of can numb your heart. And if you're writing and if you're reaching people, you begin not to want to do that. You say, for what?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, go ahead. Is it Anne?
Yeah. I'm Anne. I wasn't really prepared for any art session. But I am in my happy place. That's my doll room. And one of these days, everyone will get to see the dolls when things aren't going well. There's a lot going on. I come in here and sit down and just admire the dolls. But what was on my heart was a bit of joy and hope. Because we had an unexpected, my daughter had an unexpected early delivery of her baby. She went into premature labor. There was a very serious complication, actually kind of life-threatening for her, but all went well. And so that was kind of on, I try not to think of that and shed that off my heart and think of the joy of this new little tiny baby boy who is still in the NICU but doing well. So I look at those pictures and I see my daughter falling in love with him, and it's just fills me with more joy. So
Thank you. Did everyone share that would like to? You don't have to, but if you want to make sure everyone who wanted a chance can. Right. I let's just have a moment of silence from that. That was so many deep and meaningful and rich, and all the experiences of everyone is just a slice of life here. So I'm just gonna, let's have a moment of silence to kind of think about what everyone said, and then I will do kind of share a little bit about highlight some things we did today, and then we'll go from there. Hold on. So just a moment of silence, take it in. So I just wanted to highlight some of the practices we did today as we were doing our art and sharing with each other. One of these pieces is deep listening. So it's deep listening to yourself, your inner voice, and connecting in however that works for you. And you understand what's happening there with the silence. So you're listening to your inner, this voice for guidance, and you can, for making decisions. You can use, I think as creatives, we have our modalities that we can use for this, and also giving yourself that space, that moment before we need to make the next decision, sign the form, do the next thing. There's so many things constantly happening in life. And so letting ourselves have the space to, if we need to create something for a few minutes, if we need to just be quiet for a few minutes before actively engaging in the next thing we're required to do. And so it's just one of those pieces to remember, like we are allowed to give ourselves the space to do that, right? Also the deep listening to others. When we're all listening to each other in this way, we're able to share these things that are going on under the surface level of doing everything the way we need to do it to get through life. There's all these other things happening all the time, and to be able to give each other the experience of feeling whole and seen by just listening to what the other person is saying. And also part of that is we were all trained in school and in work and other places to know the exact thing to say. So as soon as someone starts talking, we need to know what we're going to say in response. But in this way, we don't. What we need to say will come to us, and we never need to worry about that happening. We just listen completely to the other person, and that gives us what we need to respond to. So just remembering those things. These are things we know on some level or all the time, but also just to remember it is good. And another dimension to that is listening to your own art. Again, however you create, whatever you're creating, listen to what's going on in that, because there's so much information happening for you. This is a window into yourself in that moment, and look at it and, what is it? There's so much there, right? There's always more. And whenever I create something and look back at it later on, it's almost like there's some sort of prediction happening almost. It's just part of the way the art and our creativity works. So yeah, just giving yourself that deep listening experience with your own art and yourself and other people. We're as humans, from the beginning, we have this innate need to create and process our world through art. And so at least I think I'm so excited to be invited to this group, because you're all doing this for yourselves. You're all creating, you're able to do this. So many people are not able to create anything because they don't feel like they're able to, right? But we all have it. And so just keeping that spark alive for yourself to just keep creating. It's a way to process everything that's going on, because there's so much going on in our world. Like everyone was touching on, is this, we all have our inner worlds, we have our families, and we have the outer world, right? So and all these things keep happening, and that's the amazing piece of life, but also, wow, so much to move through sometimes. So the space to be able to create, and then also what you're creating in this group to be able to share with each other, your art and just experiences like this. So yeah, so that's some of what we've been doing, right? Another thing I'll say is, you have, by creating this or whatever you're creating, is your own prescription for what you need, right? So whatever you're creating is exactly what you need to be doing for yourself. And so you're already, it's almost effortless if you just let yourself do it, right? Because there's always something there. So yeah, I think I like to say, I like to have a couple of, I think it's kind of the time, I know, because we go to 7:50, is that right?
So
Yeah. I usually like to have everyone just say maybe 2 words about their experience. Um, you know, usually I like to have a little more time to say, so someone else was sharing if there's something that resonated with you or you would like to bring with you. But because of our time constraints, if you just wanted to say a word, you don't have to again, but if you wanted to say something about your experience, or something that someone else shared that you connected with, maybe one word, maybe we can do one word each. Couple words.
Say a connection.
Yeah, thank
Yeah.
you.
Slow down.
Worry about the state of things.
Yes, 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 yes.
Loved.
What? Could you repeat that, Jerry?
Loved.
Love.
I just have to thank Anne for the little happy spark that she ended this exercise.
Look at that. Yes.
Like-minded.
Mhm.
Safe sharing.
Comforted.
Hello.
Calming.
Letting go.
Opening.
I just want to thank you all for going into this experience with me, and thank you to WiVLA for letting me be here. Also, Alyssa, at the Young Center was the one who invited me, so I wanted to say thank you to her. And I also wanted to say hi to Shirley. I didn't mention, but she's in one of my art. The art tent is one of our programs, and Shirley, I don't know if you feel like saying something, but I can I can say what it is if you.
You go ahead and say what it is.
Okay. So yes, Shirley is one of our main volunteers for the art tent, which is an open art studio we have for unhoused participants or anyone coming by the Emergency Aid Coalition to get food, clothing, showers, anything of that nature. And so it's changed over the last few years, but now we have an January through April season. We're out there every Thursday, and I don't know how many people, at least around 30 participants every week. Yeah, something like that. And then we have all kinds of art shows in the fall, and then we just started going into the Star of Hope apartments and having some art circles there too. So that's just one of those beautiful programs. So thank you, Shirley.
So what I would add is that my observation is people come in with all circumstances in their lives, and most of them are not that good. And yet when they sit down and you hand them a piece of paper and let them choose whether they want to do watercolor, acrylic, or drawing, whatever, there's this relaxation that occurs. And I've seen it time and time again, that the worries on the streets and the worries in the world and all just sort of disappear as each person focuses on his or her art, and they can just drift off into it. And that says a lot.
Yeah, definitely. So yes, I have a poem to close us, if that's all right. And then, yeah, okay, thank you. Okay, so this, I don't know, you might know this then. This is called What to Remember When Waking by David White. In that first hardly noticed moment in which you wake, coming back to this life from the other, more secret, movable, and frighteningly honest world where everything began, there is a small opening into the new day that closes the moment you begin your plans. What you can plan is too small for you to live. What you can live wholeheartedly will make plans enough for the vitality hidden in your sleep. To become human is to become visible while carrying what is hidden as a gift to others. To remember the other world in this world is to live in your true inheritance. You are not a troubled guest on this earth. You are not an accident amidst other accidents. You were invited from another and greater night than the one from which you have just emerged. Now looking through the slanting light of the morning window towards the mountain presence of everything that can be, what urgency calls you to your one love? What shape waits in the seed of you to grow and spread its branches against a future sky? Is it waiting in the fertile sea, and the trees beyond the house, and the life you can imagine for yourself, and the open and lovely white page on the writing desk? So, thank you.
Thank you so much, Ellen. This has just been a really enriching time, I think, for all of us. You know, I think I'll speak for myself. You know, when you first gave that exercise, it's like, I don't know what in the heck I'm
Good reaction.
I'm really proud of everyone for diving in, and whatever it was that you did, even if you just sat there and enjoyed the silence. I'm just really proud of everyone for participating in this. And, you know, these kind of things change us in some ways for the better. I believe they do. So thank you so much for this opportunity, Helen.
Thank you. Thank you for being part of it.
We have a few minutes left, and So we'll open it up to some announcements. And I'm going to start with that because I have an announcement and I have a plea, you might say. We are in the process of forming our new board for next year. And we are looking for new board members. So if anyone here on this call has a desire, there's several positions that are rolling off because their term has ended. So we would love to hear from you. If you have any desire to be on the board, we will do our best to try to find a place for you. The criteria is that you have to have been a member for a year, right, Melanie? Or is it
A year or so.
a year or so? We're flexible on some things. The other thing is I wanted to give you a short report on our Right Space Gallery. As of November, we are full. We have all 3 walls covered by 3 wonderful artists. And we're going to have a wonderful opportunity on November the 1st to invite people to end that space. Then starting in January, we're going to do something different with the smallest wall. We're going to open it up to a members gallery where each of you can participate by putting 1 piece on that wall. All of those details are still to be decided, the price and the size and all of that, but we just wanted to kind of put that little teaser out there for you that opportunity is coming up. And Kathy, we did not have time at the beginning of this meeting to talk about the world within. Would you just give that a little promo right now?
Okay. Yeah, and it's the world inside you.
I'm
It's
sorry.
interesting.
The world inside
That's okay. That's okay. But it I love this exercise and focus that we had this evening because this is something we will do in sort of mini modules within the context of the world inside you. It's in January. It's 3 Saturdays. It's from 9:30 to 12:30 each of those Saturdays. And we're going to cap it at 16 people because we want to keep it, a close group. What we do is it's structured with mindfulness, movement, and inquiry. So we start with the mindfulness practice. We have some discussion. We do some movement, and then we do some exercises, art, but also some other things as well. And it's a self-discovery and a sharing in a group community type process. And we also kind of like that it's going to be in January because, I don't know, new year, new you, however you want to think about it. And it will be directed towards creatives, both writers and artists, as well as anyone else that has an interest in that kind of process. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I'm Kathy Crawford. That's kathi.crawford@gmail.com. And I'm happy to answer any questions. There is a participant guide that you have to purchase in addition to that, that's on Amazon, and all those details are on our calendar. So if you go to the dates in January, you can find all the details about the program there.
And you can register for the program on the calendar.
Yes, yes. I think we said registration. We want to know our count, I think, by the end of the year. So if you're interested in it, I would encourage you to go ahead and sign up.
I think you can also register on Facebook. So there's a promo on Facebook where you can
Okay,
register.
I'm not on Facebook.
Might
so,
just take you right to a calendar.
Okay.
Any
Oh, that's possible.
have an announcement before we close? Margot.
Yes. Okay. I just posted something in the chat. So I have a lot of stuff coming up coming up real soon. On September 26th, there's the book launch at Kojak's, and it's Equinox Wide Open. I have a piece in that. And then I'm very excited about Friday, October the 3rd. I have a piece that will be exhibited at the Health Museum.
Wow.
It's the the exhibit is The Age in Our Time. And my piece is Dating Profile for Sexy Senior Citizen or something. Anyway, that's not the exact title, but I will record the piece. And then on Saturday, October the 4th, the Ekphrastic Anthology book launch will be at Friendswood Library at 2. It's always a good time. And I'm very excited because this year, the title of the book is How to Tend a Wall, which was my poem from the collaboration with Donna Perkins a couple of years ago. And the cover is Donna's art from that collaboration. So we're very excited about that.
So I'll go next because some of my stuff overlaps with several people. So, well, one thing I'm kind of surprised and pleased that I was asked by someone half my age to be in a show called Women of Tomorrow. So I'm glad she thinks
you'll be here tomorrow.
But that will be in the East Gallery at Silver Street Studios from September 21st through October 4th. There's a few of us in WiVLA that have work at the Maritime Museum. It's up through Halloween. And Susan, you have something there? Deborah does?
Anything at the Maritime?
Yeah. Well, Deborah
Has
does.
something.
I can't keep track. Okay. And then I've got a Lumen piece. It's in an online show at the KBM Gallery in LA. And several of us, now Susan, you're in this group, have work at the Outreach Center of West Houston. And I think that would be Deborah also, and Shirley. No, not Shirley this time. It's so hard to keep track of Shirley. And then several of us, I don't know if Shirley's in this group or not, but I think Susan is, have work at the Cultural Activity Center in Temple. And that will be, okay, Shirley, okay, she's in. And Deborah as well, Jamie, I'm sure I'm forgetting somebody. And we're there till what, November 1st? Something like that.
November the 4th.
I know we have to bring it back on the 4th, but
okay.
Yeah. Anyway, that's it.
Okay, I'll be doing really two things, but only one thing I can mention because the other one is a closed event. But it's going to be a Saturday, November the 15th at REI at Baybrook Mall. I'll be doing a talk about getting off of the mountain, and it will include definitely poetry and some motivational talks, but it's always about self-discovery. And metaphorically, yes, I'm talking about the mountain, but they're the mountains that we go through in life. And I will use my travels to the various African countries that I visited this summer to get you to thinking about some things in life and get thinking. So that's going to be a Saturday, November the 15th at REI at Baybrook Mall from 1:30 to 3. And light refreshments will be provided.
We got to get that on the calendar, Gladys.
Well, we got to get that on there. That's another task.
Okay.
It's coming.
Gary, you had something?
Yes. My first memoir is about to come out.
Wow.
I think it'll be done by December 30th. So I haven't scheduled any readings yet or anything. I don't know quite how to do that, but yeah, I'm very excited. Yeah.
Hey, talk to Kathy. Kathy knows how to do it. Talk to Kathy.
Yeah. Okay.
And so, Eileen.
Yeah. I'm rarely in anything, but this upcoming season's a little busy. It's not 9/16, it's 9/19. The Upcycle Art Challenge show will open in Baytown, and it's sponsored by Chevron Phillips. We give away over $5,000 worth of prize money. It's so much fun to have a corporate sponsor.
Wow.
Yeah, it's all about the artists. So that's where I was all day today with the install. So it's a private reception Friday, but after that, the gallery is open Thursday through Saturday 11 to 5, and it is an amazing show. So be sure,
Wow.
get a group together and come out for a field trip. There's a great sushi place right there on historic Texas Avenue, right down from the gallery, called Wasabi. If you like sushi, they're really good. And then, of course, they've got Tex-Mex to die for there. But I think most of us don't eat that much Tex-Mex anymore.
We
And
don't.
then the same night, there is an opening reception at the Pearl Fincher Museum of Fine Arts in Spring, and it is the Maker's Muse show, which is it's a show by the American Society of Photographers, which is actually an international group. And so that opens on the 19th. Again, the reception that night is just for patrons and artists, but we will have our own ASP, is what we call our group, 2 receptions following that, one October 10th and then one November 7th. And I'll do an artist talk on the 7th. And the next day I'm doing a little cell phone magic, iPhone, fine art kind of 3-hour workshop using Snapseed. That'll be a lot of fun. I have 2 pieces in the Maker's Muse at the Pearl, and I'm co-chair of Upcycle, so I can't enter that one. But that one, I will let you know about next year when the call opens. It's Harris, Galveston, and Chambers County are the only counties that are eligible if you live in those counties. We have tried really hard to get them to expand, but they will not.
So Eileen, you're a relatively new member, so we'll have to make sure you know how to use the calendar.
Okay, thank you.
You know what? Can I go again? I forgot. I have a huge solo show at the Cloister Gallery starting the end of September. My reception is October 2nd from 5 to 7. It's like I've been working. I mean, that's all I've been working on. I can't believe I forgot to mention it. And it will be up through November 18th.
Okay.
To do lunch.
October 2nd. Oh, yeah.
It's on my calendar.
I got it.
And it's on the WiVLA calendar too.
Okay, anybody else? All hearts clear. Hey, well, it's been a great meeting. Thank you all for your participation. And I guess we will say adieu.
Adieu.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Good
you.
night.
Thanks, everyone.
And thanks again,
Bye.
Bye-bye. Thanks, Donna.
Welcome to WiVLA, Helen.
Yeah.
Yes,
Well,
we're now
that's right.
WiVLA.
Yeah. Welcome.